News First, face to face with Jamal Ratnayaka.
A very good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Face to Face, coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Tonight we have a very interesting guest with us. He is Member of Parliament, Dayasiri Jayasekara, who is the former member, or rather General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, and also a member of COPE that is currently suspended. A very good evening to you, Mr. Jayasekara, and thank you for joining me on the show tonight.
Good evening.
Mr. Jayasekara, you have been a very contentious character over the past few months, if I may put it that way, because you have been in the spotlight, especially with regards to the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. You were its General Secretary, but you were removed earlier this year. Let's start off and get the ball rolling on that, and tell me a bit about what actually transpired.
Yeah, actually nothing has transpired because on my point of view, actually I didn't do any wrong thing to the SLP or the leader. But what has happened is he has suspended me from the party, and party membership has been suspended, and sacked me from the secretary post.
Right.
So I went to the courts and DC and appellates will appellate. Now it is in the Supreme Court. We are trying to file a case against the decision that he has taken. So that is what has happened. Actually, SLPs in this country, they know how much I sacrificed my whole political career for SLP. And as a General Secretary, I went all over the electorates and all over the country, and rally around all the people for SLP, and we were in a very dire situation. But in my capacity as a Secretary of the party, I worked very hard.
Yes.
And I never done anything wrong to SLP or the leader of our party. But I think it is something, I think there are so many rumors are going on that he thought that I am going to take up the leadership and grab the leadership. So that is why
you were about to launch a coup.
Yeah, no, actually I never think about it, and I never did that.
Right.
But people can go and tell him so many things. He has actually believe all this and sack me.
Do you feel hard done by that decision?
Yeah, it's okay, but I'm still with the SLP.
Right.
My heart is with this SLP. I have never changed. I've never been into another party, and I still work with the SLPs.
Right.
Though I'm been sacked, though I'm been suspended, I'm still in the SLP. We'll see how the courts are going to give the
decision ultimately.
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Jayasekara, you are also a member of COPE, the Committee on Public Enterprise, one of the two financial committees in Parliament, the other being the Committee on Public Accounts. And the duty of COPE is to examine accounts of public corporation and of any business undertaking vested in the government. This is mentioned in the Parliament's official website. However, COPE again has come into the spotlight over the past few weeks, especially in terms of Sri Lanka cricket and officials who bear top positions in Sri Lanka cricket arriving at COPE to present their facts and also the dealings within Sri Lanka cricket. And the chairman of COPE, Professor Ranjit Bandara, was seen doing certain hand gestures, and that has created further discourse on his integrity and so on. And now we are talking against a backdrop where COPE meetings have been suspended. How vital is COPE to Sri Lanka, Mr. Jayasekara?
Actually, COPE is normally, go through all the SOEs. There are 246 SOEs in the country, and we get all the audit reports.
Yes.
And go through it and give all the our observations about it with the support of the Auditor General.
Yes.
Now it is a very important. There are two committees, COPA and COPE. COPA is going through all the ministries and departments, and COPE is going through all the SOEs.
Yes.
So it is very, very important role playing in the
Parliament.
In Parliament. Scrutinize the whole income flows and outflows and all kind of things. It is actually COPE committee is a very vital playing a very vital role in when you compare with other institutions.
Maintaining transparency,
accountability. So what has happened, what has transpired in the COPE committee, as you said, Professor Ranjit Banda, the chair, I think it is actually unfortunate situation in the COPE committee, because I have been in this COPE committee from 2004, time to time. COPE and the COPA both.
Yes.
And we have kept our integrity. We have never biased to the people who are being in the institution or the opposition or the government. We never thought about it.
Yes.
Very independently we worked with COPE and COPA, because you must have a dignity to being a member of that two committees.
Yes.
Because it is very vital. That is why. But this incident happened is very unfortunate. That is why I told you. So integrity of the COPE and transparency, and when you act on the chair as a person who has bias with some people, that is the problem that we have seen.
It doesn't reflect well with the chairman and also the members of the
as well.
Committee.
Because no one couldn't have their own agenda when you come to the COPE and the COPA. Because it very independently we work, because though we are in the opposition, though we are in the government, we never go through that our sentiments. We only go through the audit reports.
Yes, the information that you are provided.
So it is very unfortunate situation, but we are trying our best to rectify the situation. And actually, because of that, because of the cricket board, the whole COPE committee meetings has been suspended. So that is why we raised two or three occasions. We raised that issue with the speaker, and we told them to quickly summon the COPE committee, and if the committee members are not willing to work with the chairman, and we can appoint another chairman.
To come to a resolution.
Yes, and in the meantime, I think the auditing associations as well, they have sent a letter saying that they don't want to work with the chairman, because they have said so many reasons that he has worked as a person who has biased with some incidents. So that is another issue. So that is why I said, because of the chairman, you can't suspend at the COPE committee meetings. So we have to rectify it as soon as possible.
Right. So let's talk about matters in Sri Lanka. We know that the debates on the budget are ongoing, and the third reading vote will be happening on the 13th of December, and you, including many other members of parliament, are busy debating all of this. So you have been someone who worked closely with incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe during your time in the UNP. What is your thought process behind the President's vision towards Sri Lanka?
Actually, Ranil Wickremesinghe is a visionary lead, actually. We can't doubt about it. But the problem is the situation now he and we are facing.
Two opposing fronts.
There are so many issues. But I think in this budget also there are so many the allocations has been given to all these ministries and things like that. But the problem is, my point is, actually this is a dollar crisis. For the dollar crisis, what we are going to do is actually to earn dollars. How are we going to earn dollars? That should be the main theme of the budget. But I can't see that kind of a strategy for this, for the economy. Actually, there are four things that we can earn dollars. One is actual tourism. Second is investments and export. And the other thing is the people who are sending money from the outside Sri Lanka,
foreign
remittances. So those are the key things that if you want to come out from this dollar crisis. But in this budget there are any focus on actually export. When we consider export 2023, 2022 we got 12 billion US dollars. It has gone down to 8 billion US dollars in 2023. Now, how are we going to get back to 12 billion is another issue.
Yes.
You have to actually speak in the budget. What are the things that you are going to, do this? Because actually, the export market, garments exporters have gone down, and tea, rubber, and coconut. I think those
commodities.
Yeah, commodities. It has gone down. So the problem is, how are we going to handle this in 2024? It is not actually being discussed in this budget. And the other thing is actually foreign remittances. How are we going to increase foreign remittances? Though that we are saying that the remittances are coming and so many people are going out and they will send money. Those kind of things are you can discuss, but we must have a proper plan. And investment, actually, sorry to say, investment has gone down, I think 300 million or something like that, from 2 billion in 2018.
Right.
So that should be focused in this budget, but it has not been focused. But there are so many allocations that have been done, and actually the two good things I have seen. One is digitalization of the whole system is a good thing, but every day we are talking about it, nothing will happen.
Yes, there is no action.
action being taken. And the other thing is the education reforms. That is another important sector that we have to think about. I think there are so many things that allocation that he has done for the reforming of the education system.
So let's talk a bit about improving our exports. When it comes to exports and empowering local production, we know small and medium scale enterprises in Sri Lanka are very finding it very difficult to operate these days. They're struggling, especially in terms of loans, finding financing and so on. And during former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's time, you were State Minister of Batik Production, and that is something you embraced. You even changed your outfit. Even now you are clad in a Batik outfit. So if you were given that portfolio, if you were given to uplift local apparels, especially small and medium scale enterprises, how would you go about it?
Actually, when I was the minister in charge of the apparel sector, we discussed two things. One is the export of apparel, that is under BOI garment factories.
Yes.
The other thing is actually the local factories who are doing apparels, because we can supply the whole amount of garments to Sri Lanka without importing any kind of a piece of garments here to the country.
Right.
But we had that kind of a program because branding, Sri Lankan branding, there are so many brands in Sri Lanka. It is very famous in Sri Lankan context, and in the meantime they can uplift their products and have so many variations, global market, as well as actually they have the capacity to fulfill the supply requirements of the country.
Okay.
For that we have had a special program. Now it is not working, and as you said, there are 4 million people are working in the small and medium sector in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And the garment sector is actually very vital because their cost of production has gone up, and the people are not coming to work because small salary.
Right.
So they are actually, and the other thing is when they got loans, they got it at actually 7%, 8%, 9%.
Yes.
And it has gone up to 32%.
Yes.
So all the medium and small sector people were in a really dire status. But that is why I said, because for that, in this budget they have allocated, I think, 300 million or something like that from the ADB.
Right.
That is not enough. That is not totally enough, because you have to have a proper system, because now the financing or financial institutions, or especially banks, they have issued the Parata execution, and took their lands, took their properties, in 1 or 2 days without informing them.
Sort of notice.
So that is a big problem. And the other thing is actually all the leasing companies, they took their vehicles and things like that, because
the assets.
Yeah, they can't actually pay these amounts because of this high rates of bank loans they have to face, those kind of things. So you have to address these issues in a budget. That is why I told you, this is not actually, we have to think about the production economy, not the trade economy,
right,
or the service economy. So that is why we always say that there is nothing in this budget to support the local production economy and the small and medium scale industries. There is a big problem in this budget. I don't know how are they going to survive with these problems.
Right. So do you believe that the creation of these budget proposals were in many ways influenced by the recommendations of the IMF, and this wasn't a budget that was purely made to suit Sri Lanka, but also taking into consideration the IMF recommendations?
But IMF recommendations are actually they always think about the budget deficit, how to reduce the budget deficit. But in this budget also, it has gone to 9.7%,
yes,
not 5%. So I don't think the IMF will agree with that. Yes. And those indicators, they are very much keen on this. And they will never say that you have to suppress the local market and
yes,
the local production, and in the meantime the small and medium sector,
yes,
they don't suppress
yes,
these things, but they wanted to go for the targets that they have given.
Yes.
Budget deficit, how are we going to import
fiscal consolidation,
fiscal consolidation. Those are the things that they are concentrating on.
Right.
And in the meantime, they have given us huge support to the grassroots level people, especially poor
yes,
of the poor. Yeah. So those things are the things that IMF also think about. But that is why I always say that if you are doing the try to do the IMF conditions,
right,
fulfill the IMF conditions. In the meantime, you have to think about your country's production economy,
yes,
and small and medium sector, and the poor people.
Of those
so those are the things that you have to think about in this. This is actually Ranil Wickremesinghe's 2024 budget is another mess actually that what we have done.
Is it an election budget that this has they
are talking about numbers. They are talking about 1.3 million government sector increased salaries for these sector, and the Aswasuma program is looking after 4 million people.
Yes. Being given ownership of
lands and
yes,
so on,
yes,
and ownership of the houses, yes, that they are talking about 50,000 houses, but in Colombo itself they have 14,000 odd houses. I don't know who has given those numbers. Numbers are wrong. So that is why I think his economy is not a social market economy. His economy theory is
yes,
something else, capitalism and so on. So that is the problem with this budget.
Definitely. Let's wait and see how things progress in the future, and how the budget will fare when it comes to the 13th of December. Mr. Jayasekara, we spoke about a range of topics. We spoke about COPE, we spoke about Parliament. Let's talk about Dayasiri Jayasekara, the politician. We know you have been in various stages of the political gamut. You have been a chief minister, you have been a member of Parliament as you are now, you have been a minister, cabinet, non-cabinet, so on. Come election season next year, because there are rumors that there will be multiple elections next year, is Dayasiri Jayasekara confident of winning the vote of the public yet again and making it into Parliament?
I think so.
You believe so?
Yeah, there won't be a problem.
Where will you contest from? Which ticket?
Not yet decided because I'm still a SLFP, but I don't know. SLFP is not in a position to take the leadership of a alliance. Right. You can give the leadership for some parties, but as a big alliance, because we have gone down to that level.
Yes.
So I don't know what the future plan for the SLFP that the president, the chair of the SLFP will think, because the people who are with the government is also with him. People are in the opposition are also with him. So you have to play a dual role. Because that is my point. Because if SLFP is the lead is going to be in the opposition, and the party has taken a decision to be in the opposition, you have to be there.
Right.
Otherwise, if you wanted to be in the government and discuss with Ranil Wickremesinghe and be there in the government,
Right.
so you have to get a one decision.
You can't have legs on
both sides.
Right. Okay.
So that is my point. So with that, the grassroots level people are very vulnerable, because they think, what is this? Because some people are ministers of the government, some people are in the opposition. So with that, you can't go ahead as a party. That is why I say next year is very crucial. There are two elections are being due. So SLFP should take a decision. Otherwise, we have to think about our own future. Because I just don't want to leave SLFP.
Right.
I wanted to be SLFP and take the party into a top level, not in this level.
Because do you believe at this rate the SLFP is functioning, when it comes to election season, it might also face a similar fate that the United National Party faced in the general election in 2020?
If it is the way that the SLFP is going, that is the I think the fate
outcome
that SLFP has to face, because I have seen the same thing happen in UNP,
Right.
because so many people went out first from the UNP, and after that what happened was UNP was there were two parties, two fractions in Sajid and Ranil.
Yes.
So after that
Yes,
Sajid came out.
Yes.
And after that, what happened was all the people who were in the UNP went with Sajid.
Yes.
So ultimately, UNP became the fourth,
weaker of the two.
yeah.
So let me ask you, I know you mentioned a couple of times that you are SLFP at heart, but considering your own political future and the developments that will occur, if an invitation is extended to you, say by the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, the SJP, the main opposition, would you accept it?
No, I never go to Samagi Jana Balawegaya.
Why is that?
No, I just don't want to be there.
Or any opposition party for that?
No. There are so many invitations
Right.
from all sides.
Right.
But what I am saying is, if I am going to take a decision, I have to think about my grassroots level SLFPs,
Yes.
grassroots level organizers. I have to discuss with them and decide, because I can't personally take a decision, because I was a former general secretary and I never betray my party.
Right.
So if I am going to get a decision to contest with alliance or something like that, so I have to have a proper way of doing that.
You will only make a decision pertaining to your political future after consulting with your particular
definitely. Otherwise, I won't take my own decision, because last so many years I did the same thing, because I never betray my party and
Your
get any portfolios,
Right.
because I never work for that. I work for the party. I work for the people. I resigned so many times because of the people's
because you felt that the people's visions were being answered.
on the other side. So that is why in 2013 I came out of the parliament,
Yes.
because of the problems that I occurred with the then party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Right.
And after that 2018 I was the Minister of Sports. I vote against I vote for the no confidence against Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Yes.
And I came out from the Ministry of Sports.
Yes.
And 2022 I resigned from my portfolio when Naragale came out, and people went into the roads, and they didn't have diesel, petrol, gas, all kind of things, and our economy collapsed like nothing. So at that time I thought I shouldn't be a minister of this government. I come out of the of my portfolio that I came out.
Opposed it.
Yeah, so that is why I always think for the people and get a decision with the people.
Yes.
Right. So we'll see. In January, I'm trying to start a small campaign with my own electorates, like in Panosnor and Kurunagal.
Okay.
And after that, I'm going to go all over the country with our people.
So will we see Dayasiri Jayasekara embarking on a lone political journey with a new political party?
We'll see, because my Jamal, my membership is being suspended.
Yes.
I have to do politics.
Yes, true.
Right. So where should I go?
Yes.
If I'm not belongs to my party.
Yes.
If the election is coming, if I'm not going to do politics, that is okay.
You
but
have to represent people somehow.
People somehow. So I have to go my own path.
Well. Yes. that is the way it is. On Face to Face tonight, Member of Parliament Dayasiri Jayasekara shared some valuable insights and also gave us some hints about his political future and what it holds. Thank you very much, Dayasiri Jayasekara, for joining me this evening and engaging in a very interesting discussion, to say the least. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
And that's the way it was on Face to Face for tonight. Thank you, take care, and good night.